Hey everybody, this is Razor Joe. Hope everyone's doing well. So I wanted to come to you after my last video, which was a rant mainly about VideoPad Editor. And on this video, I'm gonna try editing it. Someone had made a suggestion to use just YouTube's video editor, which I had never really played with. I watched a tutorial on it and it seems pretty easy, pretty user-friendly, and I don't know if it'll have all of the stuff that the professional had, but we'll see what it's like and how it responds, and if it's laggy like the other one was. Hopefully it's not. But what the subject of today's video is my writing and how it has changed, and not necessarily in a good way. Like, I've become really safe with some things, but just lately I find myself getting impatient, and I find myself taking some unneeded risks, and I'm getting more confident with my writing, which is fine. I'm glad I'm getting confident. I'm glad I'm getting comfortable. But my fear is that I'm getting so confident and comfortable that I'm taking risks that would necessitate a certain skill set that I'm assuming my writing experience will translate into, and that's not necessarily the case. And there have been a couple, I won't even say close calls, but there have been a couple times where I'm thinking, you know, that could have gone really shitty if something were tweaked just a little bit. And I've gotten, when lane splitting sometimes, I've been doing it when the cars aren't all stopped and things are moving around because I got impatient, and I profess against that, and I was doing it, and I got really close to someone's mirror before, and just little things like that that are causing me to kind of take a step back and reevaluate my writing and reevaluate what I'm doing, and the chances that I'm taking, and unnecessary risks that I don't necessarily need to take. And like, this is pretty tight here, and I'm not going to be able to get through because this lady won't let me through. And she's refusing. She sees me in the mirror. There she goes. See, now this is actually not too bad. You know, the cars are not moving very fast, but I have recently lane split faster than that. There's no need for it. There's no sense in it, and all it does is puts me at risk, and it puts these people at risk. So, not that there's not good times to do it, and sometimes maybe needed times to do it, even for safety, but like I said, I was just doing stuff, not just lane splitting, but other things, just because I was impatient. And I don't want to be that kind of a writer, and I don't want to get so comfortable and cocky that I do that I put myself at risk. And even like this speed I think is okay, but man, you got to be so careful with it, because like these open spots that are up there, someone's just going to move into that open spot and they'll run into me because they're not paying attention, they're not watching. And so I guess the short of it is, I'm not happy with how I've tweaked my style, and I think I'm going to start practicing probably every weekend a little bit. Oh, that guy moved over for me, that's really nice. And so I plan on practicing for a while anyway, every weekend, just to keep my mindset where it needs to be. And I mean, I've only been writing 3 months, and I never thought I would be this comfortable this fast. I mean, it fits me so naturally, and having wanted to do it for over 10 years, longer than 10 years, 15 years before, and never having done it really other than like dirt bikes, I had no idea I would love it this much and that it would feel this comfortable, especially after just 3 months of riding. Like I said, it's not bad that I'm confident riding. It's just that when that confidence turns cocky, and that's what I'm afraid of. So for all you riders, especially those of you that are new, I'm gonna assume that this happens to everybody, and that's why they say, I think it's even in the DMV handbook, they say that most motorcycle accidents are from riders who've been riding 6 months or less. And I've heard a lot of people say right around your 5-6 month mark is when you're going to end up having an accident. And so I can only deduce that that's because people get comfortable, and they consequently get a little cocky, and they do things that they never would have done in their first month, 2 months, 3 months of riding. And then that causes them to put themselves in situations where they're not they have no experience, they have no frame of reference, they just assume their skills would transfer, and they don't, or they take things too fast. And so that's where I'm at. I just want to make sure all you other riders out there just try to recognize that. Don't take things for granted when you get somewhere safely, especially you know, I mean, you know when you're doing something and it's a little sketchy, and it turns out a little sketchy. And I mentioned this in another video. Think back and think whether or not you made yourself safe, or whether those other drivers made you safe, because that self-reflection hopefully will translate into retraining and slowing it down a bit, and making calculated decisions and taking calculated risks, rather than just willy-nilly deciding to do things because you're impatient. I'm hoping that I can backpedal, and I'm hoping that it doesn't get worse. I think from taking this reflection time, I've already adjusted some based on what I observed, and I would suggest everybody just consistently reevaluate your decisions and your riding to keep yourself safe. It's easy to get complacent, and it's easy because you have had no incidents to assume that you're never going to have an incident, and it can happen at any time, even through no fault of your own. But much of it is going to be your fault, whether it's another driver's fault technically, and on paper it could still potentially be your fault because you were not riding as defensively as you should have been. So that's all I have today. Hey guy, make any comments if you guys have observed things or seen similar things in your riding styles and have made changes. But until next time, we'll see ya.